My name's Alan Noble, originally from the famous city of Belfast, famous for all the wrong reasons, now living in Dallas, Texas. And, two first here, I've never done a training in flip-flops, and I've never done it in 5 minutes, so here we go. What I want to talk about are mindsets. We talk a lot about skill sets, we talk about skill sets and mindsets. Skill sets, figuring out who we're going to talk to, contacting and inviting, using tools to tell the story, following up, collecting decisions, learning how to get our brand new person started in the business, and promoting events and sharing our story, learning how to share those stories. Those are 7 really important skill sets. But I believe without the right mindset, our skill sets are useless. You see, this business is simple, but it's not easy. The skill sets are simple, but it's the mindsets that can make it difficult. Mindsets, to me, are really like a philosophy. It's the psychology of success. It's what makes us tick. It's at the foundation of our skill sets. And I believe this is so important. We talk about a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift would be at one time the earth was flat, and then they figured out, no, it's round. The sun revolves around the earth. No, the earth revolves around the sun. These are paradigm shifts. They change our way of thinking, and they change everything. When you can have a paradigm shift in your mindsets, everything can change. So some examples. A self-employed mindset versus an employee mindset. Most of the people that we introduce to ASEA are employees. They've got to make the shift and become self-employed. They've got to be self-motivated, self-responsible, self-functioning, or they're not going to work. It doesn't matter how good their skill sets are. What about challenge? Do we have an attitude that challenge is something that should be avoided, that challenge is something negative? Or is challenge something that we should embrace? Well, I have a challenge mindset that challenge is positive. Because challenges create opportunity. We get paid to overcome challenge. So that's a different mindset. What about failure and rejection? Do we try and go through our entrepreneurial journey sidestepping failure, trying to tiptoe avoiding rejection, or do we embrace failure, or this so-called concept of failure, because failure is nothing more than a mythological monster. It doesn't really exist. Sarah Blakely, the youngest female billionaire in the world, said that one of the keys to her success was her father taught her to fail often. So failure wasn't a big deal. It was just part of the entrepreneurial journey. Do you have that mindset? What about wealth itself? If you're trying to make $1 million a year, but you believe that money's the root of all evil because you misquote the great book, then you've got the wrong mindset to become a millionaire. Do you believe in prosperity consciousness or poverty consciousness? Are you constantly working your business out of a position of lack, that there's not enough, or out of abundance, that there's plenty? All of these mindsets, when you grasp them, you make the shift, it can literally transform everything in a heartbeat. So how do we change our mindset? Well, Colleen talked about it. Personal development's a huge part of it. It's the books that we read. It's the people that we surround ourselves with. It's the energy flow that we surround ourselves with. But there is one other thing that I have become passionate about, and that is self-awareness. It's learning to become aware. Tyler talks about the You Are Here map. This is the psychological You Are Here map, becoming aware of the programs that we are running. When something happens to us, when a circumstance happens, when we think in a certain way, we've got to start asking why. Why am I thinking like this? Why do I feel like this? Why do I respond like this? Because awareness is the first step to transformation. The courage to change is the second step. Gandhi said, become the change you're looking for. But before you can change, you've got to become aware. And in order to become aware, you've got to have stillness. You've got to have quiet. You've got to have time for reflection. You see, life's full of the busy water, like a white water rafting trip. But you've got to have those moments of stillness where you can see your reflection. Reflection only happens in moments of stillness. And so turn off Twitter, turn off Facebook, turn off social media. Go for a quiet walk, take the headphones out, and start listening to yourself. Become aware of where you are. Because mindset starts with mindfulness. Thank you for listening.